Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, do you like movie soundtracks? I'm a massive fan, and over the years I've collected quite a few soundtracks, a few on vinyl, because I've only been collecting vinyl for a few years, but I have loads of different CDs, and I have literally hundreds on my computer on a hard drive, all different soundtracks. Well, as I mentioned to you in a couple of videos back about physical media, I had one that was going to turn up from the States, and there you go. Here it is. Now, I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but we'll have a little look, shall we? Let's get trusty. Obviously, I'm always a little bit excited. Hopefully, when you buy off Discogs, you hope it's going to be nice. Bosh. Ooh. Well, that's going to go straight into a polylined sleeve. Cover's not in too bad a shape. I think you probably would have guessed by now. It's the soundtrack to the 1987 movie Withnail I. Now, I'm hoping you've all seen Withnail I. I'll give you a little rundown what it's about in a minute, but let's have a little look at the record. This has got Jimi Hendrix on there. There's a Beatles track on here, because the film was done by Handmade Films, and obviously George Harrison, like the Monty Python films, had a lot to do with this. It's a wonderful movie directed by Bruce Robinson, who went on to do another film with Richard E. Grant, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, which is also hilarious. Very good satire. There's a couple of little creases here and there, but not too bad. So that's the cover. And let's have a look at the record. I'm assuming this is the original inner. Wow. It's in pretty good shape, guys. There's a couple of little marks, but I think they're dust. That's dust. Lovely. A lot of the music is done by David Dundas and Rick Wentworth. This is in my top 10 movies of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Withnail I, like The Big Lebowski, like Clockwork Orange, like Enter the Dragon, like so many of my favourite movies I've watched so many times. And I could literally, after doing this video, sit and watch Withnail I like that. Now, I've got the soundtrack on CD. I already have that. And I also have the screenplay. Great book. Really great book. This film has got so many amazing one-liners in it. It's amazing. You're cordially invited to spend a funny weekend in the English countryside. I'll tell you about the film in a second. But it's got some great songs on there. It's got A Whiter Shade of Pale by King Curtis, All Along the Watchtower, then Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix and the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And then on side 2, it opens up with While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles, produced by George Harrison. This classic, I love this. It's by Al Bowley and Ray Noble. Google Ray Noble. It takes you back. It reminds me of the music in The Shining. I think he actually does do a song in The Shining. Hang Out the Stars in Indiana. What a lovely song. I'm stoked to have this on vinyl, I must admit, to go with the others that I've got. And that ain't in bad shape. That's going to go in a plastic sleeve, obviously, and the inner's going to go in a poly-lined. But how about that? Withnail I on vinyl. Well done, wifey, you done good. Let me give you a little rundown what Withnail's about, just in case you haven't looked it up. I implore you to. Now, I do have it on Blu-ray. I used to have it on DVD. I upgraded to Blu-ray, and I kind of hope that one day it'll come out on 4K. It's not a film that needs it, but I certainly would be up for getting it, that's for sure. Anyway, Withnail I is a classic British comedy from 1987, written and directed by Bruce Robinson. The film is loosely based on Robinson's own experience as a struggling actor in London in the late 60s. The film tells a story of two friends, Withnail, played by Richard E. Grant, and Marwood, Paul McGann, two unemployed actors. They live in a filthy flat in Camden Town where they drink, smoke, and argue incessantly. Desperate for a change of scenery, they persuade Withnail's wealthy and eccentric Uncle Monty, played by Richard Griffiths, to let them use his cottage in the Lake District for a weekend getaway to rejuvenate. However, their holiday turns out to be far from relaxing, as they have to deal with bad weather, hostile locals, lack of food, and an unexpected arrival of Monty, who has a crush on Marwood, and his unwanted advances towards him. The film is full of hilarious dialogue.
We've gone on holiday by mistake!
Absurd situations, and superb performances by Richard E. Grant, Paul McGann, and Richard Griffiths as Monty, as well as Ralph Brown as Danny, their drug-dealing friend, who introduces them to the Camberwell carrot.
Who says it's a Camberwell carrot?
I'd have. I invented it in Camberwell, and it looks like a carrot.
The film also has a dark and melancholic undertone, as it portrays the end of an era and the disillusionment of a generation. Withnail I is widely regarded as one of the best British films ever made, and has a cult following.
We love Withnail I!
Among fans who quote the lines and love to reenact scenes from the film. It's really worth a watch. It's definitely one of my favourites. It possibly could be in my top 5. Bruce Robinson's dialogue and writing in this was sublime. And if you haven't heard of Withnail I, like I said, check it out, guys. Have a watch. It's wonderful. So I'm going to go and clean this record up and put it in a polyline sleeve. I'm really stoked to have it, and I thought I'd just share the video with you. A little unboxing. And this has come all the way from America. Bit weird, isn't it, for a British film? And it is very British. And I'm really stoked to have it on record. Like I said, I've got it on CD, got the book, got the Blu-ray. I can't show you the Blu-ray because I've lent it to someone who wasn't too sure. They watched it and they brought it back because it's in 101 films you got to watch before you die. And he brought it back and he was like, I don't know if I enjoyed it that much. And I went, keep the Blu-ray, watch it again. Withnail I is a film that every time you watch it, you love it a little bit more. And where I've seen it, I've got to have seen it 30 times. I adore the movie. Right. Have yourselves a great day, guys. I know it was short and sweet, but I just wanted to show you that. I'm quite stoked. Like I said, I'm a big soundtrack collector. What's your favourite soundtrack? Have you got one? Have you got a top 5? Let me know in the comments down below. Whatever it is. Clockwork Orange, The Shining, The Wanderers, The Warriors, you name it. Put it in the comments down below. As you know, I'm a big fan of The Wicker Man. I don't even know why I said that. There's too many to mention. Right. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you like this sort of thing, guys, possibly do that there. And maybe subscribe to The Rambles. And I'll be back with another one real soon. Have a great day.